What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rev here, and today we are finally going to review the long-anticipated finale of Cartoon Beatbox Battles, Deadpool vs. Patrick. Now, if you saw my initial reaction, you can kinda tell in my voice that I wasn't really too fond of how it turned out, but present-day me loves this episode. Sure, it's not as good as some other episodes when it comes to pacing and comedy, but it's definitely up there when it comes to performances. This review took me a little bit longer for me to make since I was finishing some stuff up for my first semester in college, but for now, we finally get to take a look into this episode and see why I think it's as great as it is. Now, as a refresher for those bitches who haven't seen my previous reviews, I separate this video up into 3 parts: joke/roast, animation, and beatboxing. Since it's almost been a year since my Pennywise vs. Patrick review has come out, we're gonna do the same format in that video and start with the joke/roast first.
Do that thing where you shoot webs out of your hands. I love that.
That's Batman.
Now, I think I can agree with Sora on this, and that's that this is probably one of the best interactions between the two competitors of any battle. Sure, Black Panther and Sonic do a better job when it comes to roasting, but I like the overall nature of this episode where it's both chill roasting, I guess. It's not over-the-top, hard-hitting roast, but it's roasting in which it makes sense and it's actually really funny. However, when it comes to the roasting and performances, well, I'll get to that later. Either way, I thought it was really cool to have 2 of the funniest characters in the series in the finale. One complaint that I do have is that the filler for this episode could have been longer. I mean, like I said, the pacing in this video isn't what I'm used to, and it makes me hard for me to like this episode more than others because of that one reason. I get Ace made things a little less shorter so he wouldn't have to pay the animators as much as the last episode, but still, bro, this is the finale of a series that you've been working on ever since, like, what, 2015, 2016? I get it wasn't originally supposed to be a tournament-style series, but that's what makes it fun and anticipating. Hell, Ace gained way more views and way more subs than he used to as soon as SpongeBob vs. Deadpool came out, which was the first round 2. People like round 2s, bro. Look, no disrespect to Ace, but I really would have enjoyed a longer episode. I still love how it is now, it's just, I just had to give that bit of criticism, you know? Anyway, here are my favorite roasts from the episode.
Thanks!
Yeah, do that thing where you shoot webs out of your hands. I love that.
That's Spider-Man, Patrick.
Oh, then who are you? His squawk is lame, he's got no game, but to me, he's not that scary. Here we go.
Oh yeah, gross.
Your face is gross.
What? Goofy wants to know when the babies do.
He's got no fingers, no toes when it comes to insanity. Leave it to the pros.
Yeah, it may or may not be surprising if it's not that much, since some of the roasts do hit and then others just miss. Anyway, let's just get on with the animation.
In this corner, weighing 210 pounds and a height of... Wait, you guys already know who it is.
Like I said before, I ain't a stickler when it comes to certain animation styles and edits. See, I'm not like Mr. Super Hatman 15 who pauses frame by frame to nitpick certain details in a certain video or show. Sometimes, you know, I'll just be sitting there for 10 minutes listening to him ramble about some dumb shit, which really gets on my nerves. But anyway, animation wise, this is the second best episode when it comes to this new style. Only because Patrick vs. Pennywise is just so much more vibrant and has a lot of more unique expression between the both characters. And I'm gonna say it, Deadpool has a hell of a lot better expressions in this episode compared to the last one. I get it was kinda hard to express a character who doesn't really show their face, but in this episode, Deadpool just acts more of himself. Think about it, he hardly did anything in Black Panther's performance. At least when it came to SpongeBob and Deadshot, he would still make jokes and try to shoot at them. And I just love how well it is here when he's shooting at Patrick, trying to charge him with swords, and just overall being the anti-hero that he is. I think he might be the only person who faced Patrick and still stayed in character for a majority of the screen time. Patrick, on the other hand, is always just going to be Patrick. It looked like he got a little bit bulkier and taller, which really fits with me more in this episode than in episode 13. It's really cool to see more of his facial expressions that fit so well with his personality. All of the faces and movements he makes in his performances are just spot on with the references from the show. When it comes to Ace, he's always going to look the same for the most part. I mean, some shots he is going to look a little bit off, but that's just how his character model is. When it comes to errors, there actually wasn't a lot compared to the last episode. Sure, there are some noticeable ones with Patrick having a black outline in some frames, and of course the fucking ugly mama one. Overall, the consistency throughout this episode really shows how much effort the animators put in and how much they didn't want a dozen of errors to occur again, you know, kind of like the last episode. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for my favorite category to cover, and that is the beatboxes.
Is this Rap God?
No!
This episode had some of my favorite beatboxes in the series, and now it is time to cover each one individually and see what I really thought about them. So let's use the good old internet to see who goes first. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, we got Thanos too. Not gonna lie, it's starting to grow on me a little bit, but I mean, it can't possibly be what I expected it to be all those months ago when I reviewed it. The beatboxing is actually not as bad as I remember, and man, who am I kidding? I can never do this. Let's just go with Patrick. So my theory continues to remain the same, and Patrick continues to improve throughout every single beatbox. I think out of all the Patrick beatboxes, this is by far his best, with his round 3 being a very close second. I never thought he would do Tricky by Run DMC, but it actually works, man. The structure of this beatbox caught me off guard because of how Patrick sorta has an opening similar to his round 3, but I think most of it takes inspiration from his round 2 as he opens with a verse first and then proceeds to do a chorus. I think his roasts are pretty decent compared to his last beatbox where he just called Pennywise a penny and pooped in a box. I also like the bold cockiness of Patrick saying that he's come this far and he thinks that he's gonna beat Deadpool. How he thinks he's gonna beat him though is kind of bullshit. For the last time, Ace, there is hardly any Patrick bias now, and that poll was to see who people were rooting for to win. And the fact that he didn't really care about voting is still so shocking to me. But I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just go back to the performance. Beatboxing wise, I think that's what really took it for me. That one moment towards the end solidified my vote, as that beatboxing was better than what Ace tried to make Deadpool do towards the end of his performance. I mean, come on, it was obvious. Visually, this performance is just astounding, and I really love the cockiness of this performance. It makes Patrick feel so independent from everybody else because he's the only contestant who's constantly been winning without the help of anybody. Well, I guess besides Karen from round 2, but that was just only for the beat. It wasn't for, like, you know, backup singers or whatever, you know. Think about it, bro. Pennywise had to get the Clown Groots and the Dead Fish as backup singers. Black Panther had to get the whole damn population of Wakanda for backup singers. Deadpool had to get Domino and Lady Death as backup singers. I mean, come on. Patrick has mostly done everything by himself throughout the whole series, and here he feels like he deserves it. That being said, this was the perfect way to close Patrick as a competitor throughout the series. Nope, no, bring that ass back here, boy. I got a couple words I gotta say to you, Deadpool. This performance, by far, is the absolute best Deadpool performance in the series. The only thing I don't like about this performance is definitely the roasting. Like, this dude is supposed to be the king of roast, and compared to his round 3, it's like his roast here are a bit lackluster. Like, this man literally said he fucked a Krabby Patty. But, bitch, huh? And for fuck's sake, I am tired of all the SpongeBob roasts. Please, stop. I get he's going up against Patrick, so he has to make them, but you know, ever since his round 2, he's implemented him into every performance. We get it! He lost! Please end my dude's suffering! No, sorry about that. Other than that, Deadpool definitely had the better flow. His remix of Forgot About Dre blew me away as well with others. I mean, he used the fucking Android notification sound. How can you not love it? I give it this. This beatbox is really fucking catchy, but the ending beatboxing wasn't as spectacular or much to talk about compared to his other performances. If I'm being honest, this probably has to have some of the worst beatboxing compared to his other performances. His round 1 definitely has the best beatboxing. I mean, that ending is just fantastic. Then it goes to his round 2, and then this one. His round 3 didn't really stick out, which is why I'm starting to really dislike it more, but his ending for this finale wasn't too bad, you know? Visually, it's stunning as always, and yeah, it's a nice little beatbox to close out Season 1. Not bad, Deadpool. Not bad at all. Anyway, guys, if you liked this review, please smash that like button. I mean, that's all you can fucking choose. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. About 37% of y'all who are watching this are subscribed, so if you guys can't subscribe, it would mean the world to me. It's free and it helps me out a lot. Also, if you haven't, maybe y'all become a member of the channel. It's totally optional, but you do get to see a little bit more in depth about me and what I work on if you do. Anyways, guys, for a finale and as an episode, I would give this an 8 out of 10. Both beatboxes are in my top 10, and if you guys are curious where they're placed, well, you'll just have to wait for my final ranking of every single CBB beatbox for Season 1, which will also be my last CBB video for a while. I might make a meme or two every now and then, but Besides that, in-depth analysis videos like this won't be coming until Season 2 or the loser round for Season 1. So yeah, the final ranking will probably be out by early 2022, so hopefully you guys can stick around for that. Anyway guys, I'll see you all later. Rev out. Also, don't fucking ask me to review CBC, I'm not fucking doing it. Okay, bye.
眠れない、眠れない、黒い目